Hello students, a very warm welcome to all of you. Myself Patel Pravada from Param Guru Pathshala English Medium School, Sarsa. Today I am going to discuss with you the very first chapter from Standard 7 Science, and that is Nutrition in Plants. In this video, we are going to discuss numbers of topic, and the topics are food and its importance, nutrition, types of nutrition, the process called photosynthesis, and algae. So let's begin. First, you should know about food. So what is food and why it is important for all living organisms? Do you have any idea about food? So dear students, the substance which we can eat, whatever the substance which can eatable, which we can eat, that is called food. So it is very simple. The materials which can be eaten by us, they are called food. And this food is very essential for all living organisms because food gives us energy to do various activities, to stay alive. We need food to protect our body, to protect from various diseases. For this all reason, we all living organism need food in our daily routine. Now students, we should know that food has various components such as carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins and minerals. Students, remember that these components of food are called nutrients. All these components which I am talking about, carbohydrates, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, they are the components of a food. Dear students, these components of food do such kinds of work for all living, like build their bodies, to grow up, to repair damaged part, and of course provide energy. Now let's talk about a very essential process for all living, and that is nutrition. Students, when we take in food, whenever we take in food in our body and utilize its components in our body, this process called nutrition. So, I repeat myself. Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an living organism and at the same time utilize its components. That is called nutrition. Now, our next topic is types of nutrition. the modes of nutrition. So students, there are two modes of nutrition which we are going to discuss in this chapter, and they are: first one, autotrophic nutrition, and second one, heterotrophic nutrition. Now, what is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition? So here is the answer for you. As we know, auto means, what is mean by auto? Auto means self, own. And trophs means nourishment. From the word nutrition, it's come nourishment. Therefore, when one living organism make their food by themselves, means by their own, they are called autotrophs, and the mode is called autotrophic nutrition. Students, remember one thing. Here making food is not means that the process in which we make roti or rice in our kitchen. It is not like that. Basically, it is the most important process which is done by only and only green plants. I repeat myself, done by only green plants. And by this process, green plants make their food by their own. That's why it is a autotrophic nutrition. On the other hand, almost all animals and such plants take in food which is prepared by green plants. We all eat green plants or parts of a plant. So we all depend on plants for food. Most of animal eat plants or plants product directly or indirectly. Animals depends on green plants for food, as they cannot make food by their own. We can't make food. Means they do not have the ability to catch sunlight or sun energy and make their food by own. Students, actually plants have chlorophyll. Remember the term chlorophyll in their leaves. Now what is chlorophyll? It is a green pigment which have on the surface of the leaves. That's why plants are green in color. This chlorophyll have the ability to catch sunlight, to catch sun energy. So they make their food by their own by the help of sunlight, as they have chlorophyll. We do not have chlorophyll. The green pigments we don't have. That's why we have to depend on plants. Animals do not have chlorophyll. So we can't make food and we have to depend on plants. So now the question is, how plant make their food? Now that is our next topic. Students, it is a very important topic for you. The process by which plant make their food. By this process, plant make their food by their own and catch sun energy. This process called photosynthesis. Now we are going to learn about photosynthesis in detail. Photosynthesis. Students, it is a food making process, first of all, which is done by, only green plants. This process happens in the leaves because leaves is the green parts. It's very simple. Leaves is the green parts of the plant. So, photosynthesis occurs in the plant's leaves. Basically, leaves have green pigment called chlorophyll. So, as leaves are green in color, and for leaves are called the food factories of the plant, because food making process done in the leaves, that's why it is called the factories of the food factories of the plant. There are such of raw materials which are essential for the process photosynthesis. These raw materials should reach to the leaf like water along with minerals and carbon dioxide. Water and minerals are the raw material for the process photosynthesis, which is absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves through vessels, which is just like a water pipelines. And at the same time, carbon dioxide, which is the another next raw material for the photosynthesis, is reached to the leaves from the air by stomata. Now, what is stomata? Let's understand. Students, leaves have tiny pores or small pores on the surface of leaves. From these pores, carbon dioxide enter in the plants from the air. These tiny pores are called stomata. You can see in the figure of stomata. These tiny pores are surrounded by other cells, which are called guard cell. So, we understand that green plants make their food in the presence of sunlight. Sunlight is very important to photosynthesis. Sunlight with the help of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is another essential material which is important for process photosynthesis. In the leaves, chlorophyll are there. And the two other materials which are raw materials such as carbon dioxide, which is taken from the air through stomata, and water, which is come from soil, which is absorbed by root and transported by vessels. We have one equation. You can see the equation. This equation is for the process photosynthesis. By this equation, we can understand that for this process, plant need two raw materials, water and carbon dioxide. These two raw materials are first thing which plants need. Then, with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll, plants make their food, that is carbohydrate. And at the same time, plants make oxygen, which is released from the stomata to the air for all living. Now, one question may arise in your mind, that is, some plants have the leaves other than green color. So how they can make their food? Some plants, you know that some plants are there who do not have the green leaves. They have the other colors, maybe it yellow or red or brown. So the question is, these plants also have the pigment chlorophyll, but the large amount of chlorophyll covered by the colorful pigment. The large amount of colorful pigment covered and make a mask and make a layer on the chlorophyll. So, as chlorophyll presence in the plants, though in the lower layer of colorful pigment, photosynthesis also occurs for them as they have chlorophyll. Our next topic is algae. Now, let's talk about algae. Students, do you ever seen algae? Yes or no? Dear students, you often see slimy green patches in ponds or stagnant water. They have chlorophyll. You can see the color of them is green. That means they have chlorophyll. So as they are green in color, they can do the process of photosynthesis. And for the same reason, they can make their food by their own. So algae is an organism which have slimy green patches, and it has chlorophyll also. That means they can make their food by their own. They do not need to depend on other. So the final answer is that algae can make their food by their own. So friends, do you know, beside this all thing, photosynthesis can take place in other parts of the plant. Beside the leaves, photosynthesis can also happen on the other parts of the plant. For example, green stem, green branches, whatever the plant's part are green, they are sure 100% happen photosynthesis as they have chlorophyll in that part. So dear students, thanks for joining me. We will learn more about this chapter in our next video. Thank you.